all in my eyes. Enemies only can see my demise. Envision my downfall, it's not in my view. I only look up, I will not be subdued. Can never submit, position is grip. The mission persists like it's built out of bricks. In the gym I commit, knocking shit out of shit. Hit equipment till I lose the feel in my fists. Precision my gift. What they say now. I like to welcome everybody out to the samurai. Indeed. Here we go, one side. Really neat. Very beautifully, very alliterated. A little battle raps for you. Little battle rap. Really neat. What you got? Very beautifully alliterated. A little battle raps for you. So alive. So come on through. Big eyes looking like skies and binoculars. Two nights live singing by the opera house. Top hats and coats, tuxedos and throats with.
tell a man ease up. Getting my peas up, won't get a feel up. Is she in feeler? Food in the freezer. Them man try step with the heater. That's why my G's them roll with a squeezer. Expensive gas for the meter. Call me the teacher. True man I leading, call me a leader. Getting my peas up, won't get a feel up. Is she in feeler? Food in the freezer. Them man try step with the heater. That's why my G's them roll with a squeezer. Expensive gas for the meter. Call me the teacher. True man I leading, call me a leader. Pull up on a set, I might let man know what time that this is. If man move wicked, make man swim with the sharks and fishes. Respect my wishes, got bare cracks.
Welcome to Kingdom Arena, the home to some of the biggest fights in recent history, and we're going to see another one right here, right now. Alongside me, John. And here is Butterbean, one of the most unique competitors in the history of the heavyweight division. Eddie Hall, the Beast. And yes, you guessed it, he is a heavyweight. In fact, the world's strongest man, and he fights out of Newcastle, England.
This bout is good.
And this one has all of those. Great to have you with us for this all-action affair. We expect big things, and I don't think we're going to be disappointed. Nice counting. And he scores with the counter. It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. Throw out a lazy jab in this fight, you'll get knocked out. And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. So much pre-hype surrounding this fight, the fans are on the edge of their seats.
So hot, so heated, there's a roof on here, you don't understand. When you're working, when the noise is there, the pressure's on, you're thirsty, you're sweating, and you're getting on you're on the wrong side of a beating. This can be a hellfire on here.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
They both want a knockout, you can tell. Big hook. Good thing it didn't land. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Butterbean in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, bro, ring away. You walk.
That's it. Now breathe. Here we go for round two. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Your footwork has to be on point when you're fighting a swarmer. If it's not, you're going to get caught in the corner and beaten up.
Swarmers, you can go back in boxing history. When you've seen them, when you've seen the best of the best swarmers going, you understand how hard it is. It looks exciting from the outside in. Can you imagine being right in there?
Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill. tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
You'd like to see more jabs. Missing with that jab. Do you believe this? A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Butterbean in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important.
On to the third. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. Missing with the left hook. He blocks that jab. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Tried to score with that hook, but missed. Defense is not an option for these two. That hook was off target. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Butterbean in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. Here's the bell for round 4. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
He threw a punch and just got countered. You can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're going to get knocked out. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Both men step back for just a moment. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equal.
Hold on, gotta cut you off here, Johnny. Oh, the big fella stumbling and bumbling. And apparently no rest for the weary. The taking a breath, but instead, they're in there throwing bombs again.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to...
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Butterbean in that last round. At this point, you got to believe... On to the fifth we go. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Nice stop, but that won't score. And he misses with that jab. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now...
Oh my God, Johnny! And the world's strongest, and Eddie Hall goes down! How about that impact? Let's see that again in slow motion.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
Well, they're back up, Johnny, but now what do they do to get back into this fight?
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
They're happy this round's coming to an end. 10 seconds left. Eddie Hall in that last round. Boy, this next round is going to be crucial. Here we go in the sixth round. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. There's a counter shot. Beautiful counter punch. Is he going to punch himself out, though? They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
And down goes Butterbean. I don't know. I got to take another look at that.
I've got to see that again.
Talking about Butterbean in that last round. You gotta wonder how big of a factor that knockdown's gonna be. Round 7, here we go. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with it.
Punch, counter punch. Is he gonna punch himself out though? His stamina is off the charts. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've been in the ring with fights like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Straight right just misses. Punch. It's bombs away. He threw the hook, didn't land. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Butterbean in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
The bell, sometimes it can be.
There's the bell to start round 8. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
The jab doesn't quite connect. The perfect counter lands. That counter shot lands. And he just rocked Butterbean, who's off kilter. Look out below. Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Swing and a miss with the hook. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. No surprise there, a unanimous decision.
Unanimous. You know what? Smart that is. A total change of styles to make sure they got it. At every round in the bag, there was no argument, no discussion, no mistake. It was so obvious.